The University of Cyprus is taking bold steps towards enhancing research assessments and promoting open science through the OPUS project as one of the research performing organization pilots.
We are very much EU-oriented, and we try to follow as much as possible the directives, the guidelines we get from the European Commission in terms of research and innovation. And therefore, when we got the invitation, actually it was an introduction through the EURUN network that we are a member. We immediately said that this is of vast interest to our university, and that we wanted to improve our open science practices through this innovative project.
The University of Cyprus boasts several strengths in research assessment.
We have signed both the DORA Declaration and the QUARA agreement. We are now participating in these initiatives. And to that end, we also tried to review all of our research assessment policies, practices, templates, etc. So through this exercise that is currently underway, we have the first, let's say, conclusions, which is that we observe that overall we have a balance of quantitative and qualitative assessment. We do not use anywhere only quantitative assessment for any kind of evaluation that we do, either for the hiring of researchers or promotion of researchers, or the evaluation of research grants within the university, or the evaluation of research units within the university. Therefore, this is one of the biggest strengths that we have, which came as an outcome of the self-assessment process that we are currently undergoing at the university. The second one is that the peer review process is inherent in all kinds of evaluation that we have. Either this is a mixture of external and internal peer reviewers, or purely external peer reviewers, or committees where smaller, let's say, amounts of funding are given to our researchers. Therefore, we implement the peer review process across all of our research assessment processes. These are the two main strengths and achievements that we can identify throughout this process.
Despite these strengths, there are still challenges to overcome.
A very positive strength that we have about the peer review process also has a negative. The negative is that there's no official recognition of this peer review as a research output in the evaluations of the researchers. So if a colleague carries out a peer review to help the university, this is not officially recognized as research output in their evaluation for promotion or in other contexts. And this is something that we have identified and want to improve, because we believe that all these efforts should be rewarded and recognized. Another key challenge that we have is that although we use a balance of quantitative and qualitative assessment, we have observed that there is some sort of an implicit bias towards publications in journals with high impact factor, in the sense that someone is impressed when they hear that a colleague has published in Nature or Science or high reputation journals. So this is not as if we have taken the journal impact factor, but this is implicit recognition of that measure in terms of the reputation of a journal. So we still need improvement there, and it's not going to be an easy road to follow. We also have observed that not much importance is currently attached to locally relevant research within the research assessment processes that we have, although in the guidelines we very explicitly state that research should be assessed based on the relevance to each researcher's work. It's still, there is some lack of importance attached to research that is only locally relevant and not internationally recognized and published. And lastly, we have also observed that, and this is related to other questions as well, that economic, societal, and open science impacts any impacts other than scientific are not highly valued in the assessments. Benchmarks and measures are more valued by the peer reviewers instead of other types of impacts created by research. The peer reviewers still look for journal publications. We have made progress in the sense of looking also at journals that are not, with high journal impact factor. There we have made progress, but still, when they are looking into the essence of each publication, they don't see economic, societal, and open science impacts as being equivalent to research excellence as they perceive it.
The introduction of the Opus Research Assessment Framework is already making a difference.
Yes. It's still too early to say, but what it has done, though, is that it has put open science into context and has enabled us to map potential action for promoting open science into the research assessment of our organization. It has also helped us to classify different kinds of open science activities. Some of them, actually, to be honest, we didn't have them in mind, even though we consider ourselves to be fairly advanced in terms of knowing about open science. And therefore, it helped us to review in which areas we're strong and in which areas we lag behind. We have now reflected on this, on the Opus Research Assessment Framework, and we have built our pilot based on this, on its components, and hopefully by the end of the project, we will have a tangible impact in terms of improving our research assessment processes to the direction of including open science at different levels.
Opus, for open and universal science, and making researchers the heroes they truly are.